So time to respond to a Buzzfeed article, eh? Well, it was bound to happen. People have asked me to make responses to Buzzfeed shit anyway, so let's just dive into it. 32 everyday things women do that men don't have to worry about. Oh boy, I doubt I'm going to find any problems that apply to both sexes here, I'm sure. Carrying your keys in your hand as a weapon when walking alone at night. Yeah, people tend to carry weapons around with them when walking around at night. I've done the same thing with my keys if I don't have like a pocket knife or anything like that on me. And I start freaking out a little because it's pitch black and completely quiet and I can't see shit around me. And I don't know who could be around me. So what? Lots of people have that fear. Next. And turning your headphones off to make sure you're not being followed. Again, yeah, I've done this. I mostly have one headphone in one ear most of the time so I can do both. Listen to my music and hear what's going on around me at the same time. Most people I know do this as well when walking alone. Nailing the I'm walking quickly but not so quick that you'll sense my fear pace when someone is behind you. Well, I mean, okay, I can understand how people would do that. I've done that and you're thinking to yourself, I don't know this person and they're walking behind me. You're going to be thinking the worst about that person. You're thinking the person has some ill intent or something's going to happen with them. That's not just a woman problem, sorry to say. This seems more applicable to people who have like a social anxiety or have social awkwardness, or just get scared of strangers. Calling friends when alone in a taxi/Uber in order to feel safe. Well, I've never taken taxis by myself because I'm paranoid of getting into taxis and something going wrong. So I mean, you have much bigger balls than I do because I would never call a fucking Uber. That's just me though, but I think that proves my point with this. Like, if you don't like traveling in taxis alone, then why did you go alone? Or texting them your driver's details just in case. I mean, if you're that afraid to use the taxi service, then don't use it. Get a car, walk, take a bike, take a bus. I mean, there are multiple ways to travel around towns and cities, so I'm not understanding this point. Messaging them when you get home to let them know you're okay. I mean, you think I haven't let friends know where I've been and told them that I've gotten home okay? Like, I'm not understanding that one at all. I mean, if this is after the taxi ordeal, which I am assuming it is, then maybe you shouldn't take that taxi anymore if you're gonna cause such a fucking ruckus about it. Like, I think the fact that you're able to take the time to text your friend that you're home and that you're okay means that you're okay. You chose to text your friend. No one made you do that. You felt compelled to text them because you were afraid. That is not solely a woman issue. Sitting near other women on public transport to minimize the risk of being harassed/attacked. Yeah, but what if you get harassed by a woman? Like, that is possible, you know? Like, that just kind of happens, and it's shitty when it happens, and you can't really predict when it happens. But you don't think there are men who get mugged around or on public transports that get harassed on them as well? I mean, come on with this. Avoiding being out altogether if it's too early in the morning or too late at night because it doesn't seem safe. I mean, that's just being wary of certain places. Like, I've had to do that multiple times as well. I live in a pretty boring town for the most part, but there are places where it's okay to walk about at certain times, and other times not so much to walk around. I've had to do this by myself and with friends all the time. There's certain parts of towns and cities that just aren't safe. It's called taking precautions. Pretending to be on the phone in any number of situations to avoid harassment. How does that stop an harasser? Seriously, how? 'Cause a harasser isn't someone who is just trying to start conversation with you. It's someone who's threatening you or trying to harm you or touch you in some way. So if someone's trying to talk to you while you're on the phone, they may not seem like a harasser. In fact, I doubt they are. Because in our society, it seems like if anyone slightly bothers a woman, you know, oh, this person bugged me, they're harassing me. Wearing a wedding ring to reduce the chances of men hitting on you/harassing you because they respect other men's property more than a woman's right to say no. Some guys are going to hit on you. That happens. If you're single and you're in a place where there's a lot of single guys, then yeah, some are going to hit on you. Women hit on men too. Like, if you get offended by that, then that's on you. You can choose to simply walk away and say no. And if you feel the need to wear a fucking wedding ring because you don't want anyone talking to you at all, then go ahead and do it. Giving men fake names and phone numbers rather than risking their anger at being rejected. Yeah, you do know that makes men angrier, right? When you flat out lie to them because you think they're up to something or you're worried that they might do this, that, or the other. Like, just tell them the truth and say, I don't want to, or no because of this. Like, that's just being dishonest and being a dick. And whatever, they get rejected and guess what? They move on. So this is a pretty minute problem, all things considered. Staying silent when being verbally harassed out of fear, if you fight back, it'll turn violent. Many guys have had to deal with this as well as women. Like, that's a case of when to pick your battles. If someone starts shit with you, you can leave and walk away, or you can fight back and shit. But other than in domestic violence cases, this is a pretty rare thing to happen, especially in public. Like, in your mind, what do you qualify as verbally harassed? If I go up to a woman and say, "Hello, ma'am, can I ask you what time it is that verbally harassing them or something?" Because it seems like everyone has their own little definitions of what is or isn't harassment. Keeping your drink covered with your hand and getting your friend to watch it if you need to go to the bathroom at a bar so it doesn't get spiked. Okay, I mean, you're the one who's thinking that you'll get drugged, so, like, that doesn't happen a lot. That isn't a frequent thing, so no. If you think it got spiked, then dump it out or don't drink it. Otherwise, it's honestly your own delusions. Like, maybe you should stop going to bars if every time you leave your drink for a minute, that it's gonna get spiked and you're gonna get drugged. Maybe you should stop going to bars then. Making sure a friend always knows where you are if you're going on a first date with a stranger. I've always told my friends and family that I'm going on a date with a stranger. I've done it before, so I don't see how this is like, golly, what a problem for women. Like, congratulations, you told your friend where you're gonna be because you're going on a date. Like, wow, what a burden to bear. Working hard despite the knowledge you're being paid on average less than men in the same position. No, that's simply not true. Applying an average to shit like this and not taking into account the mitigating factors that affect your overall average is just stupid. Moving on, qualifying statements with words like just and sorry to avoid being perceived as pushy or aggressive. Once again, I've done this. I felt like I've had to clarify things to people so they don't take it the wrong way. So what? I don't even view that as a problem in my mind. It's just a thing that happens. Sometimes people take what you say the wrong way. Oh well, it's not this looming woman problem that affects solely women and just women. I use words like just and sorry in my sentences too, and I do it because I don't want people getting the wrong idea about me, and I know several other guys who have done this as well. Faking being happy and perky even when you don't feel like it to avoid being seen as a bitch. Yeah, I've never had to bottle my fucking emotions before. I've never had to bottle my fucking feelings. Yeah. No guy has ever had to do that, pretend to be one way around people when they don't feel like it. Yeah, wouldn't know about that at all. Yet again, another woman issue here. No one has ever had to do that at their jobs or visiting parents or family or anything. What the fuck? But not being too perky so that people don't think you're stupid. I mean, has someone openly come up to you and said, "Hey, you're too perky. You're stupid." Like, this seems like a personal issue if you're worried about looking stupid by someone else. Like, that's one of my biggest problems here. Like, why do you care about what other people think? Like, isn't a woman supposed to be strong and independent? What's this shit about caring so much about what others think? Why do you need their approval? Pretending to be patient when you're interrupted / talked over repeatedly by men. Oh yeah, because a woman has never interrupted a man before, ever. I mean, that's just stupid. That's just fucking ridiculous. Like, you know people interrupt each other daily, right? I've talked over women and I've talked over men, just like how they have both talked over me. Like, I'm sorry, but a woman isn't fucking entitled to be the center of attention and everyone else just has to zip their lips when they talk. I'm sorry, but that's not a requirement. Repeating yourself over and over again to get your point across. I mean, look, I understand that people have to repeat themselves, like in this video. I'm fully aware that I might be saying similar statements like the Amazing Atheist video on this. We share very similar viewpoints. But if you go back and look at my older videos, I've made statements like this time and time again, and I tend to repeat what I say. Stupid people need to be retold things because they have thick skulls. Points don't get across a lot of the time, therefore we have to repeat arguments, we have to repeat our points. Literally, every human has to do this in their lives. This list is so fucking stupid. And we have 12 more points to go through. Wonderful! Removing hair from your armpits, legs, and bikini line because on women it's gross, but on men it's totally acceptable. I mean, I'm sorry that I'm not into hairy women. Like, I'm not. If you want to have a lot of hair on you, fucking go for it. No one's stopping you. I mean, people have their preferences and what they like, what they don't like. You can't expect everyone to just accept and admire that you're so hairy. Like, oh, look how great and attractive that looks. Like, what? I'm sorry, but no. If someone finds it gross, then they find it gross. Spending a lot of money each month on period products, which are still considered a luxury by many governments. I understand this one, I do. I'm a guy, so I don't get a period, and thank God that I don't. So I'll give you that one. However, yeah, our government puts prices on necessities. Like, oh no, I have to buy this product that helps me with something. If you're going to complain about that, then you would also need to complain that we have to buy food. That's a necessity. We need food to survive. When we're sick, we need to buy medicine. We need to buy toilet paper. We need to buy clothes. Our government puts a price on everything. Tampons don't get this puff and a pass because, well, it's a woman product, so I guess it should just be free. Hiding said products up sleeves or in pockets when going to the bathroom in public places because there's still a lot of stigma around periods. Again, all this is more whining. I cannot control the fact that women have periods. I can't. I wish I could, but I can't. It sucks. No one has this control over it. It's just another bodily function. I understand that it does suck, but that's life. Like, I'm not seeing anyone getting into trouble here or people physically stopping you from having your period and needing to go to a public restroom. Again, much like the other points in this article, this just seems like another personal issue. Like, aren't periods, according to women, a bad thing anyway? Like, no woman likes getting their period, so if there is a stigma around it, women are the ones who created that. Because I've never met a single fucking woman who's loved their period, who just loves getting their fucking period. Making sure the right amount of skin is covered up or risking being seen as slutty/indecent. Last time I checked, and especially when I was in high school, aren't girls the ones who usually throw the slut card at other girls? I mean, you can dress however you want. Like, I cannot control what other people think about you. I can't. And you can't either. So stop caring what other people think of you. Like, why is that this be-all, end-all? I don't care what people think about me at all. I really fucking don't. They can think whatever they want about me, and you know what I do? I move on with my life. Wearing makeup because you're conditioned to believe your bare face isn't good enough, or heck, just because you like it, and being told you're fake. Like I said, you can wear whatever you want, but you can't control the opinions of others. They're entitled to their opinion, just like you are. And just because it's a negative opinion doesn't mean we just get to silence them. So why don't you get over it, and why don't you work on your self-esteem? Or not wearing makeup because you don't want to /CBF and being told you look tired or sick. You are not going to please everybody. I mean, I just hear this shit and I think back to when Saudi Arabia announced their girl council as showing nothing but men there. And that makes me think of the other atrocities that are committed in Saudi Arabia with actual misogyny and actual violation of women's rights. I hate when people use this term, and I'm sorry, but I'm gonna have to use it here. This sounds like a fucking first world problem. I'm sorry, I don't like when people say that, and I don't like using that, but with this, if the fucking shoe fits. Questioning whether the tweet or Facebook status you are about to post will result in being viciously trolled/harassed, and having to make the decision about whether it's worth it. Oh yeah, cause you know, being an online entertainer that makes videos for thousands of people would know nothing about trolling or making a right decision on what I put on social media. Wouldn't know a damn thing about that. Constantly empathizing with male TV/movie leads and then having to deal with men protesting on the few occasions women are giving starring roles. I mean, where? Please show me, because movies and TV shows have had multiple women being main protagonists or leads and people have responded to them very well. Dorothy Gale from The Wizard of Oz, the Bride from Kill Bill, Captain Janeway from Star Trek, Ripley from the Alien series, Mary Poppins from Mary Poppins, Sarah Connor from the Terminator series, Rey from Star Wars The Force Awakens, Hermione Granger from Harry Potter, and so on. The point is that if people complain that there are women as main characters in movies, it's a very small vocal minority and shouldn't be taken seriously. Answering and/or deflecting deeply personal questions about your relationship status, /fertility, /home life from family, potential bosses, current bosses, and random strangers. Oh no, Someone asked me a deep personal question. Oh no! I had to answer it, and or not answer it. What a woman problem! Taking the pill if you have sex with men and want to avoid getting pregnant because there's still no male equivalent available. I mean, again, I'll give you this one. With birth control, it is overpriced to get, and it should be easier and cheaper to obtain. But that's not the complaint here. The complaint is that you have to take the pill because there's no male equivalent. Then what's the alternative? Have a baby? Get an abortion? I mean, I'm sorry, but this just sounds like, woe is me, I have to take pills. Like, wow, how hard. Taking pills to avoid a huge fucking problem. Wow, what a hassle that is. Living with the knowledge that the government, dominated by men, has the power to legislate against your bodily autonomy. Yeah, you do know that the government isn't having my back or anything because I'm a guy, right? Like, I have to live with the knowledge that our government can control what we can do too. Like, I'm a man who advocates for women to get abortions if they so please. And plenty of other guys do as well. But there are laws that are fucking stupid. There have been laws that have been fucking stupid. We work to change these laws and we work to further progress in our country. A lot of us have the same goals and the same ideas. And dealing with people telling you that your concerns aren't valid and you should stop complaining because women are equal. I do believe women are more equal than you might think. I don't believe there's this huge chasm betwixt the two sexes, and most of the problems here are trivial and stupid. Like, only 3 I can think of off the top of my head were valid in some way, shape, or form. But 3 out of 32? That's ridiculous. So, on that note, I think we can end the video here. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed this video. And as always, I'll see all of you little cretins in my next video.